A Canadian judge ruled Wednesday the U.S. extradition case against senior Huawei executive Meng Wanzhou can proceed to the next stage, a decision that is expected to further harm relations between China and Canada. Her arrest infuriated Beijing, which sees her case as a political move designed to prevent China's rise. In apparent retaliation for Meng's arrest, China detained 2 Canadians. Legal experts are weighing in on Meng's ruling and believe that the case could drag on for years. There is concern regarding the safety of Canadian citizens under arrest in China. We spoke to Richard Kurland, an immigration lawyer who is on the Committee of Citizenship and Immigration as expert witness on immigration policy matters, and editor-in-chief at Lexbase, a publication providing current immigration policy. He served as special advisor to the Office of the Auditor General of Canada in International Affairs and Immigration, along with policy assistance to the U.S. Department of Justice. We got his thoughts regarding his statement to the media after yesterday's ruling that Canadians need to think twice before getting on a plane to China, not because of COVID, but because of potential retaliatory arrests of Canadian citizens in China. Here he is. Hi, Richard. How are you?
Oh, very well. A pleasure.
Good to hear. So, big decision in BC Supreme Court with the Huawei case. You made a statement to the media saying that Canadians should think twice before getting on a plane. Why such a belief? Why that statement?
Well, I had a similar statement earlier in the Meng extradition case. And it was at the point where there was detention with terms and conditions. And my early warning was to the effect that Canadian citizens in China ought to be aware that they may be subject to Chinese arrest and detention. And lo and behold, within a short period, we have our 2 Michaels detained. Similarly, now that there has been an extension for all practical purpose of Ms. Meng's detention, China has to retaliate. It will primarily come in 2 forms: economic sanctions and the acceleration of the criminal process in China for the 2 Michaels. A third possibility does exist. It is possible to express displeasure a third time by hoisting a Canadian citizen into the Chinese detention system. The public needs to be aware of that. Unless travel is essential in China, you're taking a risk.
Wow, right. So for those where travel is essential, those who look at China as a big manufacturer, as a business hub, who have ties there for their livelihood or have family there, what sort of advice would you have for them?
Well, just be practical. Protect your electronic communication. Try to minimize the files that you're bringing with you electronically. You have to guard against the possibility that you will be unable to leave. So take domestic precautions, your will up to date, powers of attorney, bank accounts, things like that. Your dependents need to know what's where. It's not likely that a random tourist will be snatched up. The probable target profile would be something along the lines of the 2 Michaels, individuals who have been in the past connected to the Canadian government for their professional service, individuals who have been, quote unquote, engaging in clarification and information retention within China. You have to be cautious. And if you fit that profile, you're taking a risk.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much for further breaking that down and shedding some light on that. So we truly, truly appreciate it.
Pleasure. Anytime.
Thanks for taking the time. For local, national, and international stories, as well as more great video content, log on to darpanmagazine.com.